Hello again. Welcome back to AirJobBoss in my new studio out of Dallas, Texas. I welcome you to AirJobBoss TV. Now, today we're going to go over hiring preparation checklist. This is a hiring preparation checklist. So whether you're a CFI, well, let's put it this way. Whether you're a student pilot, meaning just getting your certification, looking for a CFI job, or moving into a charter or private commercial style job, or you're moving into a regional airline, or you're moving into a major airline, there are certain things you should probably get together and get in this pre-hiring checklist. So here we go. The checklist starts with this: tidy up your logbook. As I've said in other videos, your logbook has to be tidy. It has to add up properly, and I will be providing a video shortly on the logbook, things about your logbook, how you should correct mistakes, what kind of mistakes are big mistakes, bad mistakes, how to reconcile your logbook, and what people in the airline industry are looking for when they're vetting your logbook, okay? But you need to tidy it up. This means that all the times have to add up, right? The total flight time has to add up to the small types of flight time: PIC, SIC, solo, and dual given, right? Or a dual receive. All those are total flight time. So if you have a discrepancy there, there's a problem. Now, how you reconcile this is you get an electronic logbook, and you want to enter the data, your past data from your physical logbook, into your electronic logbook, or vice versa. If you have an electronic logbook but no physical logbook, I would recommend using a physical logbook as well. Otherwise, you will be printing out your electronic logbook, and that's quite all right. That's completely normal. I recommend it, actually. But it's nice to go into the interview with a physical logbook, a printout of your electronic logbook, and then access to your electronic logbook, which would be on your phone or on your iPad, right? Or laptop, but generally something you would carry into the interview. Now, many companies will be obviously auditing your logbook, checking your logbook, and they're looking for certain things. But having it nice and tidy, neat, reconciled, and all added up properly, that is important. So act now. Get it done when you don't have as much time. If you have a pilot like me who has something like 20,000 hours of flight time, it is a bear going through it at that level. You need to go through it at a level where you got 1,500 hours. Get it straight. Get a method of logging it properly, and you'll be just so much better off. I have spent hours on my logbook, honestly. Okay, next thing is build your resume. You're always building your resume, and not only, see, a lot of people write a resume based on their life. I would recommend you start conducting your life in the manner you want your resume to read. So under volunteer stuff, if you had a title of volunteer activities, for example, do you have any? If you don't, go out and volunteer. Volunteer. And then you've got something to talk about. Hobbies. All right, I don't recommend writing hobbies on a resume. But if you don't have an interesting hobby, go and get one. Now, more importantly, what qualifications do you have that are required by airline? For example, the airlines require special training for RVSM operation, right? Reduced vertical separation airspace. So if you've been through a class like that, that needs to be included in your resume. Have you been through a formal threat and air management program? That needs to be listed. Have you been through a formal crew resource management program, class, seminar? Boom, list that. Have you ever been into a seminar outside of your company, for example, an FAA safety seminar that you've attended? For example, safe operation within Class B airspace, or Airspace 101. The FAA has these seminars. It might not be a bad idea to go to an outside seminar and list that on your resume. FAA Safety Seminar 2022, Airspace Recognition, Construction, whatever it is. This looks like you have a lot of knowledge, which of course you would have additional knowledge of other people who didn't attend, right? So you want to start building in your resume. Now, obviously, gaining flight time is super important. Gaining time is one of the major requirements. There are excellent aviators that are 1,500 hours that do not get called in to an interview over a same aviator that's got just 100 hours more. So build time quickly, all right? Third thing, copy all your documents in both paper and electronic copy. In the future, you will be asked to present copies of your driver's license, passport, pilot certificate, medical, telephone radio permit operator, telephone radio operator's permit, the last 2 pages of your logbook, your social security card, things of this nature. Make copies, scan them, and put them on PDF or JPEG, put them in a folder, and then copy them on paper and put them in a folder too, because a lot of time those will be carry items to an interview. You'll actually carry copies, but when you get to an interview, they will have a list of what they want. But start this now. Then it becomes very easy when you get an interview. If you're close to getting an interview, you think, start this stuff now so that when you get an interview, you're not pulling all this stuff together. The resume is written, everything's copied, everything's on digital, and you can run from there, okay? Next thing, buy an interview uniform, something like this, a suit, whatever you're going to wear at an interview, buy it soon, wear it, get it tailored, wear it around a little bit, get comfortable, have it that you know it's in place with the proper shoes, belt, glasses, pen, everything ready to go. So you know, I am ready for that interview. I'm ready to go at a drop of a hat. In case they say, how soon we have an interview slot for tomorrow or 2 days from now, can you make it? If it's the airline you want to go to, believe me, you want to be ready to make it and go there. 1 month of seniority can mean the difference of you flying a heavy jet for that airline or not, being furloughed or not, getting to captain or not. Every month, every moment is really important. So buy your interview attire, your uniform, your suit, whatever it is, buy it now, put it in a special place in that closet for your own mental understanding that you are ready to go, okay? Now, here's some other things I need you to do. 1, go make sure your passport is valid. If it's expiring within the next 12 months, go get it renewed right now. Driver's license. If your driver's license is going to expire within the next year, go get it renewed. Order a social security card. It takes a little bit of work because it's the federal government, but go to Social Security, ssn.org or .gov, I think, and you can order a social security card if you don't have one. Also, your national driver's registry. I think it's $5 to order your national driver's registry, which basically is significant traffic violations. Criminal history. If you have had a criminal problem in the back, like you got arrested in college for urinating in public or vandalism, try to get those records. Number one, you'll know how easy it is to get them, exactly what the charge is, and when it happened, where it happened, and you're going to have to explain this anyway. So it's best if you have a bona fide document in this case, all right? Also, another thing you need to collect is letters of recommendation. Now, letters of recommendation have to be in PDF form and in physical form, okay? Some companies require the recommendation to be made through the electronic portal, the employee's portal. So, for example, if you're going to UPS and you want a UPS pilot's recommendation, that pilot must go on their employee portal, put your name, social security number, or your application number, and then submit it there. In this case, if you have somebody at the airline that is willing to give you that recommendation, write their name, write a little letter of recommendation and just put their name and their contact and the title of that company. So you have an electronic reminder of it and then print it out on paper so you have an understanding of like when you need that recommendation, you know that it's in that group of things that are recommendations. And you should just start piling these letters of recommendation. And they can be written generally. Just ask the person, would you write a general letter of recommendation based on my level of safety of operation, or a specific thing, communication, or one of the pilot competencies. This is a secret of mine about letters of recommendation that focus on pilot competencies, not specifically, not generally, this is a great person. Yeah, he's safe, communicative, great pilot, flew with him a lot, wonderful person, great sense of humor. You want to focus on things that are sensitive to that airline. For example, some airlines value friendliness at work, or high levels of integrity, or compliance with policy. So you have to understand what the airline wants, how that letter of recommendation is written. So get a lot of letters of recommendation, and a lot of people are willing to write those for you. And at times you can say, may I assist you in writing the letter of recommendation? It's not really the best way to do it, to write a letter of recommendation, to have someone sign it as an approval, with their name on it. It is much more heartfelt when they write it themselves. But I have had chief pilots that I've asked for recommendation tell me, you write the letter of recommendation, I will edit it, and then I will sign it when we agree upon it. So when they're very busy, it helps them for you to start it, and they edit it out. All right. Next checklist: apply as soon as you can. You need to apply anywhere that will accept the data entry, and you submit, apply, even if you don't meet the minimum requirement. If the computer program allows you to submit the application, or even if it's a written application through the mail, apply as soon as they will accept it, regardless of whether you meet the minimum qualification. This is important on so many levels. I really don't have time to go into it now because I'm already at 12 minutes here. But apply as soon as you can. A couple of things: it will familiarize you with the application process. And the more applications you fill out, as tedious and painful as they are, the more familiar and accurate you will be with the application. And that's really important because they have the application right in front of them when you are in the interview. And you should probably too. If it allows you to print it, you should print it and have it in front of you, so you're referencing it during your interview. Okay? But apply quickly, apply soon, even if you don't meet the requirements. I'll go into that in another video. Okay. Build your resume. I already said that. I have it written down twice on my notes. My apologies. All right. Now, final thing. You need to continue your networking. Yes, you need to continue your networking. Now, how do we go about doing this in the best way? I would suggest the easiest way to network is go to job fairs, or go to the airline's job fair, or organizations that deal with pilots. There's women's organizations, men's organizations, minority organizations, regional organizations, specific airplanes, specific Part 121, 135 organizations, university organizations. There are other third-party educational organizations that have job fairs and hiring assistance. And of course, the airlines themselves have meet and greets, where they're trying to meet you a little bit in advance and to solicit your enthusiasm for their airline. I know JetBlue is doing this, Spirit does this, American Airlines does this. I think Delta's doing it, where they have a Meet the Chiefs, where once a month you can go to maybe a hotel conference center, and there'll be a chief pilot or two in there, and they're going to answer questions and meet young aviators that may some point in the future want to work for the airline. And they're going to get your contact information, and you need to get their contact information to write them a very nice thank you letter for talking with me. And continue communicating with them, asking them questions. What do you think I need more in my experience, in my application, my resume, in which I could be called into an interview soon, right? They'll be like, oh, let me look at it. Oh, hey, call this person in. It could be that easy. So networking is really important. So continuing networking. All right, that is the general hiring preparation checklist. Look, my name is the Air Job Boss here on Air Job Boss TV. If you have an important interview coming, you can certainly hire me to prepare you one-on-one, very personalized and specialized care. You can go to my website at airjobboss.com, figure out a little bit more about what I do there. But prior to purchasing any service of mine, if you could please email me at info@airjobboss.com, and then I can see if I have scheduling availability and if I think you and I would be successful working together. Okay? Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at the next Air Job Boss video.